Hello everybody, it's Todd with All Things Archery and Shooting. We're going to set up this here Black Hunter recurve bow that I just got in the mail today. I did an unboxing video on this as well, so you'll be see this. It'll all be part of the same video. Also, part 2 of the video, I'll be doing a shooting test of it. We'll check the velocity and everything else on it, see how it shoots, accuracy and everything else we got going. Okay, so what we're going to do now, we're going to go ahead and install this traditional bear hair rest we have right here. Okay, I prefer these bear hair rest over the little rest. All the rest that comes with it, I mean, they do center rest, which is kind of nice, but basically all this rest is really just a little piece of felt. I mean, that's really all it is a piece of felt to put on there. So we're going to use this bear hair rest instead. What's nice about this though, this bow, it does have a nice curved shelf on it right there for your, which is nice. Only arrow's only going to ride. And what you're going to need to install this, you're going to need, of course, your bear hair rest. You're going to need a black magic marker. You're going to need a rag. And you're going to need some denatured alcohol to clean it with. Okay? So first thing you want to do is you want to clean it, okay? And you're going to need a pair of scissors too. So first you want to clean it. I use denatured alcohol. It's probably a good cleaning agent. It cleans really well. Doesn't leave any residue and won't take off the finish. Just take your little alcohol on there and just go ahead and clean up around it. Get all the packing goo and dust and everything else off of it so that your bear hair rest will stick really good. Okay, all right, that's done. Pretty simple. Okay, go ahead and take your rest out. This is a very easy install. Okay, you got this rubber pad here. It's going to go across here. Then you also have your little hair rest. Okay, so a lot of people put this on first or put the other way to make a different way you do it. So because it's been such a curved rest, I'm going to go ahead and cut this out like a more of a curve so it fits in there a little more genuine. Okay. So I'm going to take my scissors, I'm just going to look at it and just figure out, I'm going to cut just a little bit out, just like a round circle, just to follow the contours of that curve there a little better. There, see, it's like that. Yeah, see, now it follows that contours, that curve much better, okay? So. All right, go ahead. I always put this on first, then put the pad on top of it. Just, it's pretty simple. Just peel off this backing on the back of it. Try not to touch the sticky part, which is right here. You don't want your fingerprints, your oils on there. And just set this right into the middle of your bow. All right, which will be right here. All right, get it in there where you want it at. There we go. And just set it right in there like that. Okay. Good. Okay. All right, run across there. Now let's set our pad. Now our pad a little bit different. What you want to do is you want to set the pad on here. Okay. Now again, you got to cover that contour up. So first thing I want to do is I want to cut a little bit of curve out of this. Okay. Let's go ahead and mark this with your marker. Start at the edge there and just mark it. Just like that. Okay. Get marker on your, just wipe it off. It'll come right off. It won't stick to your, won't mark your wood, so it'll come right off. Or take your little denatured alcohol rag you just had, just clean it up. That'll get your marker spot off it. Okay. Now as you can see, you've got this cut out, so that's what you want to cut. Let's go ahead and cut that off now. Pretty simple. Good. Okay. Now, all right, let's test fit it. Make sure it's going to fit there. Might need a little bit more trimming around this edge here, so we'll trim this edge a little bit more. Don't need a lot, just a little bit more of that trim that edge. Okay. Now, what I do when I say to get this done, you need to singe that with a lighter, otherwise they'll start fraying on you. So, get a lighter here. Just cleans it a little bit more. Okay, not quite clean yet. There we go. All right, cool. Double test it one more time. Okay, looks good. Need to trim that off a little bit around the edge there. Okay. Now I'm just going to take my lighter and just singe the edge of that. That just melts all those hairs back down. Do the same on the other side. Run your lighter right up the edge of it. That singe it also on the edge. That's all there's to it. And now keep the hairs from fraying on you, okay? All right, go ahead and take your sticker off now, your backing off. Okay. There we go. All right. And all you got to do is take that and you start from the very edge you started on. Okay. Stick it on there. Run that around all the way over. Put it on there really tight. See that? Get it on there, social in there really good. See how hides that path behind there, hides everything really nice. You got a little bit hanging off the edge there. It's easy to trim. Just take your scissors, trim that off, and then run that down really nice and tight. Okay. What you don't want that edge popping up on you. Again, take your lighter. It just singe that really good. Okay, good. Okay. There. All right, cool. All right, bare hair rest installed, okay? All right, next thing we want to do is we want to go ahead and install our nock point. We can do that next, okay? Nock points are real simple to do, but you got a pair of knocking pliers. It's real simple to do. So let me get my knocking point, my nock plier. We'll set the nock point up. All right, your brace height for this particular bow, this Black Hunter bow, is supposed to be 7.5 inches, okay? Here's your 7.5 inch mark. If you draw your line straight down, you see it's right at 7 where it needs to be at 7.5 inches. So right at the right brace height with this bow, okay? Now we're gonna go ahead and set our nock point, okay? Okay, we're going to set the nock point. Now, if you look at this bow square, this is your 1/8 inch if you're shooting like a compound bow. Most people shoot 1/8 inch above. I shoot 3/8, which is that mark right there. Let me put a marker on there so you can see it. I like to shoot about 3/8 high, then work my way down. So I like to put my nock point right here, okay? You can see that better now, okay? That point there is where I'm going to put my nock at to start with, okay? And then I'll work my nock up or down depending on how my bow tunes, okay? So we're going to put your nock on there. I put it just right there in line with it. And then I just add my nock pliers to it. Sometimes it could be a pain. Set it right there. Okay. Trying to get where you guys can see it at. Okay. Let me just get over here. You should be able to see that right there now. Okay, can you see that? Yeah, there you go. See, it's right in that mark there is where I'm putting my nock point at, okay? So, let's go ahead and tighten our nock point up. Okay. There we go. Try to keep my nock point squared away. Okay. Try the nock points, you want to be sure that when you do them that they're completely squared. Okay. Alright. And that going nowhere, okay? There you go. Okay, now we got our nock point in. Okay, see, nock point's done now. Now this bow is ready to shoot. Alright, now, in part 2, will be a separate video I'm going to do. It'll be the shooting of this bow that we have here, this particular bow, we're going to be doing some, in part 2 of this bow, we're going to be doing some shooting. Get you a better shot of that if I can. There we go. Bring it out a little bit. Okay, good. There we go. Okay, all right. So, all right, and now we got our rest on, bear hair rest on. We've also got our nock point installed, and we got our proper brace height as well too. So this bow is ready to take out and start shooting. So we'll get out to the range here in part 2 and put this bow through the paces. We'll check the velocity of the bow, shootability of the bow, how quiet it is, and how accurate it is. Okay. So be sure to look for that on part 2. All right, great. This has been Todd with All Things Archery and Shooting. I want to thank you for watching. Until next time, ciao.